Rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So I would just like to switch the agenda around. Would you mind waiting one, Glenn? You're okay for a little bit? Okay, no problem. So, Claudio, you're on. Sorry.
Okay. Under the Philipstown Depot Theater Board bylaws, a special meeting of the members of the corporation, the town board, plus one member of the Recreation Commission, currently yours truly, and one appointee of the Philipstown Depot Theater Board of Directors, currently Steve Ives, may elect new members to the Board of Directors. The Philipstown Depot Theater Board has nominated the following individual: Craig Rothman, 527 East Mountain Road, Cold Spring, New York. I believe you have his CV.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. I'll call the meeting to order of the Depot Theater. We do have a quorum. We have 4 of the 7 members. We actually have 5 of the 7 members. So, Mr. Marzolo, Claudio has nominated Craig Rothman, 527 East Mountain Road, Cold Spring, New York. You probably all know Craig, what a wonderful participant he is in the town of Philipstown in so many different levels. Any questions from the board? We have his resume here.
No, I think he's a great community representative on the depot.
Agreed.
And also the staff has found his cafe store, cafe, the place to have meetings. And they've been meeting there for the last few months, so.
So can I get a nomination or a
I
motion?
make the nomination.
Second on the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Thank you, Claudio.
Motion to
Motion
adjourn.
to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you, Claudio.
So, yeah, I don't know if you want to do item number 4 first, if that's okay?
Yes, let's move right on to
So
that.
that's
So, go ahead. I'm sorry, Tara.
So that's a resolution accepting the dedication of the conservation easement from Horton Road LLC, and this is a roll call vote.
So we've been through this over and over. Last week, we discussed the fact, or the town attorneys discussed the fact that it will still have to go to the planning board for final approval. So this approval will be pending planning board approval, which I don't see there being.
Yeah, they meet the 19th.
The 19th. So, I'm comfortable with it. My appreciation to the applicant and to Max for taking on the responsibility of processing this and overseeing it. The financial concerns have been worked out. We are receiving $18,000 per year for the inspection. There is a review after 5 years in the lease to, account for any increase in the service. There's also the availability for us, if there is an overage in Max's time, to recoup that as well from the group. We did not request a large escrow. We have a 1-year escrow in the agreement. We did not request a large one. The town attorney has pointed out that in the event that they don't fulfill their requirement, that we could just assess it to the tax roll. So there is a mechanism for us to recoup the money. So, but I'm happy that more land is being put into this conservation easement. It's off of the building market, so it will be protected forever based on this. So, yeah, yes, sir.
Is the recreation fee still being charged?
Yeah, we approved that the other
last
night.
week, yep.
Yeah. Yep. And people were here drooling about the amount, so. It's a substantial amount, so yes, we did discuss that last week.
Yes.
Yep.
Earlier this month.
Have to be invested in parks or capital?
Yeah, there's a printout of what it can be used for and what it can't be used for. It's right in the town code, so yeah. So, all right, anything from the board in reference to this? I'm happy to get it behind us and get you guys on your way. So, can I get a motion to support the conservation easement to be monitored by the Philipstown town under Max Garfinkel's overseeing?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Councilman Angel.
Aye.
Councilwoman Farrell.
Aye.
Councilman Flaherty.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Thank you, Glenn. You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Glenn.
One step closer. I said, you're one step closer.
Thank you. Glenn.
Have a safe trip back to the city.
Yeah.
Next on the agenda is a resolution authorizing Supervisor Van Tassel to make the necessary budget transfers to close the books for the year 2024.
So, in the years past, we've had an itemized list of these transfers. We do not have that for this meeting. So I am going to request this motion approved, and then we will give a printout of what the transfers are in January. Does that work for everybody?
Fine with me.
Okay. If I get a motion to approve the budgetary transfers for the 2024 year.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? And I vote aye.
Next is a resolution authorizing Supervisor Van Tassel to sign the Outreach Worker Services contract between Putnam County Office for Senior Resources and the Town of Philipstown for the year 2025.
This was included in our budget. We are going from 10,000 to 15,000 this year, I believe, or was it 15 to 20?
It's weird, it was 15, but we said 20, but their contract says 15, so.
That's what we want.
So do we just keep it at 15?
I don't, honestly, I don't remember what we put in the budget.
I think we
so-
said we went up to, they asked for 25, and we just
They asked
cut.
for 25.
Yeah, and we were at 15.
And we put in for
I
20.
just received this contract this week.
It's weird.
It says,
A new,
I just received this
a new
contract this
director.
week, I think Monday.
Okay, so we'll stick with what they're
Stick with
requesting.
what they're.
Okay.
Okay, can I get a motion for the supervisor to sign the outreach worker service contract with Putnam County Office for Senior Resources?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Thank you.
Sorry. Next on the agenda is a resolution accepting the proposal and authorizing Supervisor Van Tassel to sign said proposal for legal services from Thomas, Drohan, Waxman, Petigrow, and Mayle LLP as counsel to the Town of Philipstown to serve at the pleasure of the town board, compensation at the rate of $245 per hour for attorneys and $115 per hour for paralegal services for 2025.
I knew I should have stayed in law school.
Still go back.
Yeah, not a chance. So, we use this firm for our human resources assistants and legal assistants. Melissa Knapp is our contact. She's a signatory on the letter. She is a wonderful attorney, has worked with us for years. Was Judy Mayle, and now it's going over to Melissa Knapp. So, I certainly support this. Can I get a motion to approve the list of attorneys, I'm not reading through that, as our human resources attorneys?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? And I vote aye.
I've got to share that I'm working on this project, and there's a lawyer on it. And like a couple days ago, he reached out and was like, I just want to check in, see if there's anything going on in the project. I wrote back, no, nothing. And then we got a bill for $42. I was like, I didn't even reach out to the lawyer. He initiated.
You made contact.
Yeah, but we didn't even make it. It was like, that's crazy.
They have phone systems, they just click, really, I implemented, you have a phone comes in, Bob Flaherty, his code is 222, they
meter's
put that on
running.
and the meter runs. And then at the end of the week, Flaherty's on a call, win for 10 minutes, and they bill you.
Rebuilding console. Hey, what do you think about this?
Exactly.
Hold on, let me start the
It'd be
meeting.
different if you called him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
moving right along.
Next on the agenda is a discussion regarding the town's workers' comp policy.
Okay, so you remember the quote we had last week was from Comp Alliance, which is Brown and Brown. We have the proposal here in front of us. It's Kevin McKeon, the town comptroller, did some research. It's the same exact coverage that we have currently with PERMA. So
Were we gonna go back to PERMA and see if they?
we
could-
did. You have a printout in your packet. Yep.
Oh, right here, here it is, okay.
So I just need to bring you up to, so in 2023, we paid PERMA $135,000 for the year. 2024 went up to $136,018. We got a quote for this year's workers' comp policy at $115,000 roughly. So the Brown and Brown proposal is $72,688 per year. we contacted PERMA and said, look, we're getting an offer at 72,688. So they came down to 84,384, which
What was it? It was
from 115,000. But don't forget, in 2024, we paid $136,000. So, two things for me. It's still an $11,000, almost 11,700 savings. The other part of it is, how long have we been overcharged for? And why did it require us to reach out to them to threaten that we're going to change before they lowered their rate? I mean, I think legally we're probably mandated to go with the lower bid, and even if it were close, I would still be hesitant to say, you know, how many years have we been overpaying for this policy? Instead of it being based on our risk, it was way overrated for me, you know, as far as I can see.
I agree with you. If they were overcharging us all this time, I really wouldn't want to be doing business with something like that.
I agree.
Trust issue, yes.
yeah.
There's a trust issue there.
There
Yeah.
is. There is.
Especially that you went back to them and they could reduce it that much. It makes you even wonder more.
If they said, look, our fee is based on this, here's your risk assessment, this is our number, take it or leave it, but suddenly they went down from 115 to 84. So where was that? I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't seem right, doesn't sit right with me. So my suggestion would be that we switch to Brown and Brown through that compliance program. It is endorsed by the Association of Towns. There has been 136 towns?
If you look at the thing, there's a list, and I actually went through it to make sure that at least some local towns were on it, and they are. I mean, the Village of Cold Spring uses them, Beacon, Fishkill, there's several local entities that use
Yeah, so
them.
I'm-
Beacon, Fishkill, Mount Kisco, Millbrook, Town of Kent, Hyde Park, there's Putt Valley.
The other interesting thing is that 72,000 per year is a 2-year, it's locked in for 2 years. So,
Does PERMA do that as well? Lock in or
No,
no?
no.
That's,
no, every year it's going up.
Yeah.
Every year it's going
So
up,
that's
excluding
even better.
this year. Right. So I think it's a no-brainer that we switch to, I mean, it's a change. I'm sure there's going to be some work for Maureen, who handles our claims, but frankly,
Have we
for
really
that.
had?
But for the amount of money that we're saving.
Sure, we have.
A few.
For the amount of money we're saving,
worth it.
it seems worth it to me, so. So can I get a motion that we switch our workers' comp policy from PERMA to Brown and Brown?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
And I vote aye, thank you.
Sorry. Next is a resolution authorizing the Philipstown Highway Department to purchase a Ford F-150 Lightning electric truck for use by the Philipstown Recreation Department from Delicacy Ford in the amount of $67,060.50. And this is to be covered by the $100,000 NYSERDA grant that we were awarded.
So we approved the we approved the highway department to go out to bid for the rec department because it's something that they do on a regular basis. They solicited quotes, and this is the best quote they have. There is a truck on the lot. I think the offer lasts for 10 days, Tara,
The deadline's tomorrow.
the deadline's
That's why
tomorrow.
I
So
revised
we'll
to
have
add it
Either
tonight. Yep.
approve it tonight. Again, we will put the money out. We will be reimbursed through Climate Smart and Martha Upton from the NYSERDA grant. So could I get a motion to authorize the Philipstown Highway Department to purchase a F-150 Lightning electric truck?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. And I vote aye, so thank you.
sweet.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to take a ride in that when we get it.
It looks like a nice truck.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to drive it as the town?
Well,
I've seen you drive. He's not on our comp policy.
Yeah, exactly. It'll make the insurance rate go way up.
That might be the reason why it's been up so high.
So before you adjourn, also, I just want to remind everybody, our next meetings, as of right now, are only scheduled for January 2nd. We have the reorg, which will start at 7, and then the regular meeting at 7:30.
Okay, thank you. I just have a couple items. So I want to update you all on the DG, whose phone? That's not me, is it? Update people on the, on the DGIS. I've started going through it. We finally did get a paper copy. I appreciate Tara printing it. It's about 1,700 pages.
No, so there's two different, there's several different documents, but the way they put it on the website was there's the DGEIS, which is 709 pages, but then there's about 12 sections of appendices, and each one of them is an individual document.
Right.
That,
So there is
it's over
there is
1,000
copies.
pages
There's
for
two-
sure.
2 copies here, right? Plus the copy.
No, there is one copy here for the public to review
And
in this building.
can't
It does
take it
not
out.
leave this building.
Well, we're not printing these out for anybody who wants them.
If anybody wants a copy, they can gladly have one at 50 cents a page.
Okay, I'm gonna say, we got,
Yep,
yeah.
nope, we have to charge for it.
Yeah, no,
It's not
definitely.
ours,
I mean,
you
we
know.
should be-
Yep.
Oh,
So it
because
is
I saw
avail-
what's her name coming in the other day with a box, I figured that's what they were, but she only
That
had
was
one?
just one. So so HHFT dropped off the hard copy, and it's essentially 2 different bound documents. Like I said, there's the DGEIS, which is 709 pages, and then all the appendices, which is probably about the same amount if you look at it. Yeah,
So
so it's
we
about
have
1,500 pages.
we
to
have
me.
had people coming
We've
in.
had one person make an appointment to come in. He reviewed it yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Um,
So it is
I
here.
would just ask that anybody who wants to review it, just give us a call
appointment.
first, and, you know,
And it is
'Cause we
available
only have one copy.
online. There is a link to it. So I did start going through it. I thought we were going to be an interested agency, but we are exactly an involved agency. So I spoke with Steve about it today. I had a quick conference with Steve about this and about the Depot Theater lease, the property. So I've asked him to review it with me. I've also asked him to draft a letter requesting an extension from 60 days to 120 days. Basically, it's, to me, releasing it a few weeks before the holidays, I think is not the best, the best situation. I currently don't have a lot of time to go through it myself. I will make my way through the entire program. And then there was the delay with getting the paper copy out. So he didn't think that it was unreasonable. We may be rejected, but, I am gonna ask. I also spoke to him about hiring an industry specialist to a planner, basically, because he doesn't feel he's qualified to make, if we find an example that we think is unfair, that it needs to be substantiated by an industry professional. So I will solicit some quotes from different agencies. We can't use AKRF, obviously, because they wrote this one. The other engineering firm that we're using, they have some engineers that worked for AKRF and worked on the Fjord Show. So they wouldn't be a possibility for this. So I will, we'll continue to seek. Steve said that he would speak to one of his partners who works more in this field, that maybe he knows
So
somebody
you,
that.
would you want them to review it and get back to us and come back with
Yeah, I
anything
mean-
that they see that we should be really, hey, this is something I have a
This is
concern
im-
about?
This is important, right, this
Yeah.
is important, right, this is something, and it would, our request would be specifically to the town and the villages, so it would be something that, we don't need him reviewing the part of it in Fishkill.
Yeah, right, exactly,
It
yeah.
needs to be
Totally,
specific to
just
the
the-
town of
for
Philipstown.
Philipstown.
So, and honestly, I think it would probably save all of us money if the 3 municipalities, and I haven't spoken to them about this, but if the 3 municipalities jointly
together.
hired somebody that could review it.
I think that's a
Because
good
it's,
idea.
It's breakneck south, so, but we will seek some estimates from that, so. And then the other thing that Steve had suggested is that we have our conservation board review this, so. Yeah, not the planning, I said, I thought planning, zoning, and he doesn't feel that zoning or planning would be important, but he thinks conservation should have an opportunity. So I will reach out to Andy Goller tomorrow to see if they can put some time together to go through this, which is also gonna take some time, so. But that's all I have on the DGIS. I was invited today to a press conference with Governor Hochul on the Garrison platform.
Is that where it took
And we
place?
spoke about the improvements at the Garrison platform and what a vital lifeline that, the Hudson Line is to this community. So it was nice. I appreciate being invited. There was executives from Metro North, the governor, myself, Nancy, Kathleen, Chris Winward, Neil Zuckerman was there as the chair of the finance committee of the MTA board. I can't thank Neil enough for the work that he does on behalf of Putnam for our representation on the MTA board. So it's all over Channel 2 News.
I heard it on the radio coming in, I did. Was it like congestion pricing related? Is that what this, was it talking about congestion pricing? Is that what it was?
Well, the basis of it was congestion pricing,
yeah,
but this
I
was
heard it, yeah.
specifically, you know, they brought a train in and stopped the train there, and there was seats removed from the train and a podium, so it was interesting, And I did get to chat with her one-on-one, and she was very, very gracious, so I appreciate it. So thank you, Governor, if you're watching. I have nothing else. Anybody else have anything?
I don't,
Just Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everybody.
Yes.
and everyone, peace and joy.
Yeah,
Yes, peace and joy, and safe holidays to all, so, thank you.
all right.
Good?
Well, another year in the
Thank
books.
you.
Motion to adjourn?
See you next year.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I vote aye.